The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach. The Island Times News Update begins right now. Here's Tom Patton.
Welcome to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The attorney representing former Neptune Beach City Manager Jim Jarboe has sent a letter to the city saying a comp time reimbursement paid to Jarboe when he left the city in September was appropriate and approved by the City Council. In the letter obtained by the Island Times, attorney Henry Cox told the city that Jarboe's contract with the city, as amended in January 2015 and again in July of 2015, allowed for the accrual of comp time and explicitly allowed the City Council and Mayor to fix any terms and conditions of employment and make amendments related to benefits. Cox quotes an official transcript from the March 16, 2015 workshop meeting of the Neptune Beach Council, in which Jarboe states that he would be leaving in less than 6 months and that he would, quote, like to take my accumulated time that I have, which is about 90 days. Jarboe requested that payment in a lump sum. According to Cox's letter, the council, by consensus and without objection, agreed to allow Jarboe to move forward on the payout of accumulated time. The word leave was not mentioned. The letter says that Jarboe, at the end of a career in which he was an honored and valued employee of Neptune Beach, has been, quote, maligned with the accusations that he received improper benefits, which is simply not true. Neptune Beach City Attorney Patrick Krachowski has not responded to the Island Times on this issue. When he does so, that information will be posted on the Island Times at www.theislandtimes.com. Retirees from the Neptune Beach Police Department will receive a one-time bonus check sometime in March of 2016 after the City Council approves the disbursement early next year. Police retirees in Neptune Beach have never received a cost of living increase in their pensions. The bill proposed by Councilman John Jolly would give each retiree from the city of Neptune Beach a one-time 13th check based on the length of time they've been retired. The amounts would range from just over $11,000 to a little under $350. The only concern was raised by Vice Mayor Richard Arthur, who wanted to be sure that the disbursement was a one-time payment and would not be an annual event. By state law, the payments will be funded using excise taxes paid on insurance premiums that can only be used for that purpose. Mayor Harriet Pruitt said retirees from the police department have a great need for the additional payment.
I've never had a COLA, and I know when I retired I wasn't expecting to pay for cell phone service and TVs now, and I know y'all understand certainly, so I think this is long overdue, and I'm glad to see the council support it.
The ordinance approving the payments must be passed twice by the council before the checks can be written to the police retirees. Because of the way the checks are processed, the council will vote on the ordinance on January 4th, and again in a special called meeting on January 18th. The checks would then be distributed to the police retirees in March. A bill making it illegal for pet stores to sell puppies or kittens from so-called puppy mills and kitten mills cleared its final workshop in Neptune Beach Monday, paving the way for the final vote on the legislation at the council's first meeting in January. There had been several provisions added to the bill after first read that some on the council found to be too restrictive and not germane to the intent of the legislation, including restrictions on the number of animals a private individual can have at their home. Those conditions have been stripped out of the version of the bill that was discussed Monday, and the council unanimously agreed to proceed with a final vote on January 4th. The bill would allow any pet store that might open in Neptune Beach to sell or display animals from a recognized animal rescue operation or public animal shelter. The legislation to be voted on January 4th will have slight changes in the definition of a breeder and a pet dealer. Councilman Scott Wiley and Vice Mayor Richard Arthur said they wanted to be sure that restrictions were not put on private individuals as a result of passing the ordinance.
I would just want to make sure that what we're doing is we're passing an ordinance on the puppy mills for commercial businesses. I don't want to do anything that at this particular time I don't want to pull in anything to do with the residential part of it. The number of animals or cats or chickens or anything. I want to leave all that out. Tonight it's just strictly commercial pet stores.
City Attorney Patrick Kuchowski said the final version of the legislation would include a definition of a hobby breeder that would not be affected by the legislation. The legislation, which was brought to the council by Beaches Watch President Sandy Golding, who lobbied Jacksonville Beach City Council to pass similar legislation, will only matter should someone decide to open a pet store in Neptune Beach. Former Atlantic Beach Mayor Mike Borno has agreed to spearhead an effort to assist people in Atlantic Beach who still need assistance repairing their homes following flooding that occurred last month. At Monday night's Atlantic Beach Commission meeting, Mayor Mitch Reeves announced that former Mayor Borno had gotten a commitment from his church and secured a sponsor to help offset the cost of repairs to homes that were damaged in the flood. The name of the sponsor has not been revealed. Mayor Reeves said the neighborhood that was hardest hit needs to be surveyed to find out what houses need construction work. Reeves said he would personally be knocking on doors to see who needed help. Residents can contact the City of Atlantic Beach to request that their home be assessed. Well, when we come back, Deck the Chairs names its best of show. This is the Island Times News Update.
The news you can count on. The Island Times News Update will be right back.
Beaches Academy Child Care Center in Jacksonville Beach has been offering affordable, loving child care to families in the Beaches communities for 35 years. Conveniently located on Penman Road, Beaches Academy offers care for children from infants through preschool, with programs that encourage learning and outdoor play. Our affordable tuition means families can get quality child care at a price that fits their budget. Contact Beaches Academy at 246-3885 and schedule a tour of our center. Beaches Academy, the child always comes first. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning in Atlantic Beach offers a full range of residential and commercial heating and air conditioning services, from new installation to replacement and remodeling. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning can keep your home comfortable year-round, and they offer preventive maintenance contracts to keep your system running at peak efficiency. Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning is an authorized Bryant dealer and will service all brands. For year-round comfort in your home or business, contact the original Charlie's Tropic Heating and Air Conditioning at 241-1788.
Welcome back to the Island Times News Update. I'm Tom Patton. Neptune Beach City Manager Andy Hyatt on Monday night proposed 3 more citywide policies that will likely be approved by consensus at the January 4th meeting of the Neptune Beach City Council. An ethics policy proposed by Hyatt would require elected officials to disclose any personal interest in both voting and non-voting matters, acceptance of gratuities and gifts, use of municipal time or facilities, and ban elected officials or city employees from using his or her position to gain any exemption or special privilege.
I think that most people do understand their morals and limits and that type of thing, and that they do exist in this society, but we read every day that people obviously don't get it. I don't see that here. That's not my point. I'm just talking about the news and the media that we pick up across the country, across our nation. You just have to read city by city of things that happen, and it doesn't go far to realize, well, if there was some policy in place where you've got some concrete evidence out.
Hyatt has also proposed a policy guiding the use of cell phones by city employees, as well as a review of the city's take-home car policy. Hyatt would like to set a distance limit that an employee can live from Neptune Beach, beyond which they would not be allowed to take a city vehicle home. That limit will likely be set at about 10 miles. The policies joined 3 others approved last week in Neptune Beach, including a whistleblower policy, an internal controls policy, and a comp time policy. There was a bomb threat at Fletcher High School on Wednesday that caused students to be evacuated to the gymnasium for about half the day, while authorities swept the building. Nothing was discovered during that sweep, and classes resumed to normal by early in the afternoon. Organizers of Deck the Chairs announced an estimated 150% increase in visitors to date for the month-long display, with more than 3,000 attending the Night of Music and Dance. The Night of Music and Dance showcased 4 community dance troupes, choirs supported by brass, and featured an awards presentation for chair decorating to close out the evening. 6 chairs were recognized, with Beaches Episcopal School earning Best of Show. Awards also went to Ponte Vedra Rotary Club, In the Pink, Beaches Car Wash, Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens, and 4 Points by Sheraton. Preceding the full night of Sunday programming was a weekend of daytime activities kicked off by Players by the Sea Young Performers, Kids Fun Zone, concession sales, and food trucks. Deck the Chairs will continue through the holiday season in downtown Jacksonville Beach. This reminder that city offices in all 3 beach communities will be closed on December 24th and December 25th in observance of the Christmas holiday. Friday trash pickup in Jacksonville Beach will be collected on Tuesday, December 29th, and the city will be putting extra trucks on the street to make sure everyone's trash is collected. Santa will be making his annual tour through Neptune Beach, escorted by the Neptune Beach Police Department on Saturday. The tour begins at 10 a.m., and you can listen for the sirens announcing the arrival of Santa on your street. And this note, this will be our last news update for 2015, as we'll be celebrating Christmas and New Year's for the next 2 Fridays. From all of us here at the Island Times, we wish you a very Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. And don't forget the Polar Plunge on January 1st. We'll be back on January 8th with the Island Times News Update.
The news you can count on. Mayport to Ponte Vedra Beach, forecasting your beaches. This is your local look weather.
The National Weather Service says we can expect much cooler weather this final weekend before Christmas, with highs only in the upper 50s to low 60s and lows dropping into the 40s and 50s for the weekend. But then it's back to milder temperatures for next week, and we may see some rain again by the middle of the week. The Island Times is always digital, always free at www.theislandtimes.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to be the first to know about stories posted on the Island Times. I'm Tom Patton. Merry Christmas, everyone, and thanks for watching.